So I just wanted to go over a quick little video about what can you do to fix a soap that's discolored because of your fragrance. A lot of the fragrance oils have vanilla in them. And I made this one in a video a while back, and it was supposed to be white, and I used titanium dioxide. Now, sometimes if the vanilla is a low percentage and you just have to experiment, that you can get it to not discolor too badly. I forget what their percentages, but it's like anything that has quite a lot of vanilla in it, and this was birthday cake. It turned it to this grayish, weird. It was supposed to be purple, white, and teal, and it's like looks black, gray, and so in order to fix that, I mean, one, you can just use the soap and not try to sell it, right? Um, this is what I did. I took my mica and I took whatever, nurture or whatever I had with some 91% rubbing alcohol and some artist brush, and I painted it with the rubbing alcohol. So if you can see so it's salvageable. It'll probably go in my mystery boxes, but it's not usually one thing I did to show you guys. The other thing you could do is you could melt it down in your crock pot and do a hot process soap and just remelt the soap down and see if you could try to color it or add something else to it. And either way, you can just use the soap. I would rather not even I wouldn't even hot process that. I would just use it up, or I'm going to paint them and see if they'll sell in our mystery boxes or our clearance section. So the other thing I was working on, this is for Valentine's. I was working on it's Aztec's strawberry and cream, and I checked on there, and apparently they're out of it. I don't think they're getting any more. So it's a really nice scent. I love it. And I was gonna mix it with Nurture's, so it'd be like strawberries and cream and champagne bubbly, which would be fabulous. So this one does not have vanilla. This one does. So what happened when I did my 100% coconut oil, now 100% coconut oil would make this a very white soap. And I figured hopefully I added some vanilla stabilizer, but even with the firecracker red, I had to add a little bit darker, but it still discolored my soap. This is not the color I really want on top as an embed. I mean, it's probably okay. It's more of a berry color, but I really want the color. If this discolors some more while it's still curing, I'm going to be really bummed out. So what I'm doing is, again, getting my mica and my rubbing alcohol and a paintbrush, and I'm painting them. Look at how different that looks. This is kind of muddled brown berry looking, and this just pops. So hopefully you can see what's going here. So this is what I got going. I usually just open up the cover, and I put a little bit in my cap. And I get my 91% rubbing alcohol. You can get the other like 70% alcohol, but it doesn't work as good because it's too much water, so it won't evaporate as fast. Since these are embeds and they're going to get squished into the soap a little bit, I'm not worried about going all the way down the sides. I'm just going to paint on top. If you need a little bit more color, put a little bit more color in. And it dries pretty quickly. These will be dry, and then I'll go make my recipe. And I'll show you guys in the next video the actual recipe I'm doing for this one. So I decided, since this is gonna discolor and I can't get away with making a white soap, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a white soap base with champagne. And then I'm gonna do a black charcoal swirl. That way it won't matter if it discolors or not. It'll be a black and white, beautiful design. And it'll be a white soap with a black swirl and then the strawberry. So that's what I figured I was going to do. Now, if I combine these two, I'm not going to get the white. So you're going to have to do two separate batches and figure out how much soap you want to use for your white and how much for your black. and that way the white will stay white, and if the black discolors, no one will know, and your soap will come out looking really good. So that's something you can do for your soap too, is choose another scent to go with it that companions, and make that one your lighter base, and then use the one that discolors in a very dark, like black or dark blue or dark green, maybe your brown or whatever it is that you're working with, and it should come out really, really nice. And then you won't have issues of worrying about, oh my gosh, my soap discolored like this one, and all looks like poop now, and nobody wants it because it looks poopy. So, anywho, I just figured I'd pop on and share with you guys what I'm up to in the shop today. And this was one that I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for the design, since it did discolor even with the vanilla stabilizer in it. I was kind of bummed out. So I figured if I paint them, these will look really, really cute. And then we'll just mix it with the other scent, which I was going to do anyway, but instead of together, I'll do 2 separate batches and mix them with a swirl. And then that way it should come out really, really nice. So I used Firecracker Red from Nurture, and then the other one I have is Alpine Green by Nurture. It's a beautiful green. And I'm gonna get, I think, a skinnier brush so I don't mess it up. Put a little bit in my cap. The runnier you make it, the harder it is to get it painted on into the exact spot. And you don't want your paint to run off. So I'm gonna, if it's too runny, you can add a little bit more mica. So we're gonna do the green. And these will be dry in no time, and I'll be able to use these today. I made these embeds, I think the other day or something, and put them in the freezer and popped them out. It's getting hard to find this little mold. It's an ice cube tray strawberry mold, and I think I got it from AliExpress, and it took forever, the wrong mold twice, so I waited like a long time, and then I can't find it anymore. So if you do find this mold, put it in the comments below if someone's looking for it. But that link wasn't valid anymore, so we're just cleaning on. And then so for the seeds, rinse this off. I figured for the seeds I would do, instead of doing black or white, just seems too, I don't know, gold doesn't seem right either, because I'm working with some black and white for my soap. So I figured I would use, this is a beautiful sterling silver mica by Crafter's Choice. It's absolutely gorgeous. I use it for a few things. I don't use very much of it, but it is a beautiful mica color, especially if you don't want to work with activated charcoal, which can be quite messy. So I'm just gonna, hopefully, and you can tap it off like that, get off any extra. I figured I would just hit this with a little bit of silver bling bling. So it'll just look shiny. And then it'll go with my black and white kind of theme. So that is my little strawberries. And definitely make sure each layer is dry before you try to add another coating of a different layer. And that's pretty much it. So that is my little strawberry. It's gonna finish drying, and then I'll show you guys. Oops. Oh. Now I gotta touch it up. I'll touch it up and it'll finish drying, and then I can use it in my next soapy batch. So hope that was helpful to another soap maker out there who's I was trying to use up some fragrances that have vanilla in them, and I try to stay away from those because I know they're naughty. They're just naughty, naughty, naughty. Um, but I figured I'd give it a shot and give it a try, and I just feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, should have just made it for us ourselves. But yeah, those will probably be in our mystery boxes. No big deal, or we'll use them. It's soap. It's all good. So see you guys next time, and I'll show you later when these are all dry the design I'm doing with the 2 batters and 2 scents. See you later, guys.